Our first selection is entitled "And Hold in Memory," and we adopted this piece a few years ago as the piece that we'll always open our senior concert with. This piece was commissioned by a high school band in memory of one of their band members who passed away. And the idea behind it is that they were going to hold with them all of his memories that he spent with them. And in his final days battling cancer, this young man worked to raise funds for the cancer hospital, the children's hospital that he was staying at, being treated at. He worked to get wireless internet and computers for the children who were there, for their use while they were being treated. So it was really a song that they adopted in his memory, and we liked first of all, the beauty of it and the concept behind it, and we kind of adopted it twofold, in memory of our loved ones who have passed on, and also in honor of our seniors and our alumni who are moving on away from us, but certainly have left their legacy here. So I want to dedicate that to our seniors, but also to all of our alums. And if we have alums in the audience, would you stand up please for a round of applause for our wonderful alumni? Down one of the best, most wonderful, most dedicated group of alumni. They come back time and time again, and they will be back with us, hopefully, to join us for June 20th for our alumni band concert. So if you've not signed up, see Mr. Diamato, see Pat before you leave, because we'd love to have you all on stage here. Our alumni band, in its first year, raised $1,000 for cancer research for the Jimmy Fund and the Tommy Fund. In its second year, raised $1,000 for West Haven charities, WE, Project Hope Soup Kitchen, and the Animal Shelter. And this year we'll be raising funds for suicide prevention. So please join us on June 20th. And our alums, please sign up because we want you up on stage here with us. We're going to keep things moving. The sort of sub-theme for this evening is Harry Potter. Jazz Band did a piece called Wizard Breezes from Harry Potter. And this next selection is highlights from Harry Potter. The way the senior concert works is the seniors program everything. They select their favorite pieces from their past 4 years, and it's kind of our greatest hits, we call it. So Harry Potter obviously was a big part of their growing up, and also kind of timely for us this year because we'll be leaving on July 6th to head down to Orlando, Florida, to Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, where the biggest draw right now is the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Diagon Alley. So we're going to keep things moving with selections from Harry Potter. out of order, and I hope that's okay. Mr. Fontanelle, our guest conductor, where is he at? Come on up. Sorry, I had given the kids a different order than So speaking of our wonderfully supportive alumni and those that we're very, very proud of, DeAndre Fontanelle, class of 2008, is a graduate from West Palm and University of Bridgeport, and will be going on to do his student teaching and hopefully join us here in the ranks of music education. We are very happy to have him interning here at West Haven High School, and he will be guest conducting this next piece entitled Figaro.
Just want to thank all of you wonderful parents. I've gotten to know your children the past, since January, and it's really been a treat to see smiling faces every day, even though they're a little bit tired. They're always running on Duncan at 7:30, and it's awesome. It's amazing to be part of the tradition of West Haven. I'm here and part of the finance department, and they've raised me for so long. I just want to thank Mrs. Marr, Mrs. Silver, and Miss Marcella for everything they've done for me, and for all you guys that truly hold on to this tradition. So, without further ado, don't be afraid to salsa a little bit. This is Figaro. So.
One more round of applause, please, for Mr. Conrad. I usually promise at the beginning of a concert that I'll get you in and out the door in an hour, and you'll notice I didn't make that promise tonight because it ain't gonna happen. This is a culmination of our entire year, but certainly 4 years for the seniors. So we hope you're enjoying it. We've got a little bit more to go. I won't keep you here all night, 11:30 midnight at the absolute latest. Our next selection is from a concert we did last year, might have been 2 years ago. It's all a blur. It was called Everyday Heroes. And the concert was called Everyday Heroes. The piece is called African Dreams. And it tells a story, a musical story of a young man who, in his village in Africa, there was no clean water. And he was actually able to, through knowledge that he gained reading books at the library, build a working windmill from recycled parts and garbage, basically. And one that was able to power enough drinking water for his village. He then went on to build more windmills with recycled parts for other villages nearby, and then was able to further his education, get grant money, and build proper windmills out of proper materials to bring clean drinking water to all villages all around the area where he was in Africa. So this is African Dreams, and if you listen carefully and we do our job correctly, you'll hopefully be able to hear the windmill actually being built throughout the piece. please, for our percussion section. As I mentioned, that African Dreams, the song African Dreams came from a concert that we entitled Everyday Heroes. And the idea behind it was celebrating not superheroes and not celebrities, but people who do everyday good deeds and are heroes to other everyday people. And I think this is a good lead-in to just take a really quick break to talk a little bit about these kids, because they certainly are heroes every day. They do so much, not just for us here, but for the school and for the community. We have students on stage that are members of every club and activity in the school, certainly of every sports team that we have here in the school. I'd like to have our students that hold leadership positions in other organizations, please stand up. Round of applause, please, for them. Can I have our student athletes on any of our sports teams, student athletes, please stand up. In particular, I want to make sure I mention Nurul Safian, our vice president and member of the girls tennis team. Can I have our girls tennis team? They made a postseason run, made it to the first round of the SEC tournament. Nice round of applause for that. And our girls softball team, please stand, both varsity and JV. Our varsity team made a run, first round of the SECs. Mike Tran. Mike Tran and John Delgado, who's a guitarist for a jazz band, and Mike Tran are members of the boys tennis team. And the boys tennis team, Mike is actually captain of the boys tennis team. Not only did they have a fantastic season and went on to the SEC tournament, but for the first time, and as near as we figured, for the first time in forever, our West Haven High School boys tennis team won and was named SEC Division II champions. One second, we're going to veer off the athletic road. We're going to come back to it in a second. I'm going to have Daniela Carr stand up and join him. Mike and Daniela just received the United States Marine Corps Semper Fidelis Award for Excellence in Music. Here's Mark Beavers. Mark Beavers, stand up. Mark was just nominated for and accepted into DTP, which is Developing Tomorrow's Professionals. And that's a wonderful organization building the future for minority young men in our school, and they're going to go on to do wonderful things, so congratulations. And I told you earlier that we were going to talk a little bit more about Kevin, so very, very briefly, this is Kevin McDaniel. I want to start myself. Kevin almost did not join band. And Mary, where are you? Thank you so much. Mary forced him, kicking and screaming, twisting his arm into band as a freshman. And I'm so glad. He's really become one of the most reliable young men, and really part of the backbone of this organization. Kevin has had a fantastic senior year. Kevin was the winner of the FBLA Talent Show this year. Kevin was named Mr. Westy for this year. Kevin recently just won Senior Prom King this year. Kevin is also the captain of our boys lacrosse team. And he's a defensive player. Why does that matter? Because as a defensive player, Kevin also managed to score in the last 0.07 seconds of the regular season lacrosse game the winning goal that sent the boys lacrosse team to the SEC tournament for the first time in 19 years. So, we also have on stage some wonderful scholars. And I'd like to have all of our honor and AP students stand up, please. And amongst them, we have members of our National Honor Society folks. are part of a program that we have built a partnership with the University of New Haven, they began taking college courses in our Charging Ahead program. So if you've taken a college course this year, please stand up. Two young ladies who not only took college courses, but actually went on to complete their first semester of college a semester early in the Outstanding High School Senior Program, Angela Real and Sarah Ford. These are truly remarkable youngsters. I could continue on for the rest of the evening, and I really would have you here until midnight. I just want to thank all of them. They're whispering at me. Hold on. Thank you. And she's too shy to ever have said anything. Our Vice President, Susie Beal, who has served on the West Haven Board of Education as a representative. Okay, there's more. Susie Beal just completed her second year at the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Academy, and after a series of rigorous applications and interviews, has been selected as one of only 2 students in the state to serve on the State Board of Education. These are truly remarkable youngsters. I am honored and blessed to be able to work with them every day. Like any family, we have our ups and we have our downs, but the ups certainly outweigh the downs. And I just really, really salute them and applaud you because it clearly speaks to the kind of support system they have going on at home and here at school. So thank you very much for sharing them with me. We're going to keep things moving with one of my favorite concert band pieces, Relax. It's a little bit long, but it's certainly enjoyable. This is a medley from Disney's The Lion King. easy for our senior tribute. This is also a medley, selections from High School Musical. Before we do that, I just want to thank my colleagues, Mrs. Trish Thompson, Mrs. Margaret Marr, Mrs. Phyllis Silver, our administrative staff, especially our alumni administrators, Mrs. Gardner, Mrs. Martinez, Mrs. Robles, Mr. Shan, Mr. Della Camera, Superintendent Cavallero, Assistant Superintendent Joselowski, our coordinator Francine Coppola, Mayor O'Brien, for all of your support throughout the entire year and through all the years, and especially to all of you, again, for being here this evening, but for also for sharing your children with me. It's been a fantastic ride, it always is, and we're coming to a wonderful, wonderful close to a really challenging year. So thank you very much, and we're going to close off the formal portion of our concert with selections from High School Musical. American Dreams. Please stand. Our senior flutes, Rich Francesca, and our soprano, Catherine Marcosi, Sarah Flynn, and AJ Carter. Also featured on The Lion King, Michael Tran on trumpet. On clarinet, a young lady who has become my right arm this year, and without her and the other members of our office staff, not only would we not have made it to the Memorial Day Parade route, had we made it, we would have been half naked and had no music. Our office manager and senior on clarinet, Gabe Candia. On trombone, Vice President Susie Beadle. And a young lady who's been performing with us since she was in the 6th grade, and has become one of the finest student leaders that I think we've ever had. She knows when to be the voice of reason and when to drop the hammer, and when she drops the hammer, look out. But it's always when it needs to be done. She gave one of the finest senior speeches this evening before we came up here. And I know that she is moving on to wonderful, wonderful things and leaving behind a wonderful legacy and holds a place in my heart. That's our head field leader and band president, Daniel LaCar. Our senior parents and grandparents, aunts and uncles, come on out to the aisle. Look for your youngster. They're coming down with a gift for you. Seniors, go ahead. Seniors, go off the side that you would normally come off of. And if you see your youngster wandering around out there aimlessly, please wave them down, because we do want to wrap this up tonight. But this is a gift from us and from them to you for your years and years of support and carpooling and sitting through hot cross buns and Sweetly Sings the Donkey, and tap and ballet recitals that nobody actually tapped or ballet, they just picked stuff up off the floor, and soccer games where nobody kicked the ball, they picked dandelions out in the outfield, and all the evenings up listening to them cry over AP assignments and prom dates and breakups, and celebrating with them over championships and A pluses and college acceptances. For those of you who aren't quite yet senior parents, you're probably already crying, but please give a round of applause, not just to our seniors, but to their parents and families. We're going to invite our seniors to extract themselves from their loved ones and come on back up on stage. We're going to bring our color guard, senior color guard members out. And while we're doing that, I do have to thank one more time Mr. Curiolo, Mrs. Thompson, Mr. D'Amato for all of their help this year, and certainly our student leadership team, our office staff, Jasmine Gilbert, Sarah Dunham, Gabe Candia, our vice presidents, Nerl, Sofian, and Susie Beal, our assistant field leaders, Michael Tran, Talia Rossi, and Rosemary Sanchez, and of course our head field leader, band president Daniel LaCar, and our color guard captains, Deborah Roseman and Angela Luzman. Without further ado, we present with pride our graduating class of 2015.
them, this would have never been real. I can't really explain what's going on right now. My mind is, I don't know. Miss M has worked with us tirelessly day in and day out to make this real for us and to make us what we've become, such a strong family. And without her, none of this would have been happening. Her patience and her faith in us day in and day out. I'd like to present her with this gift from not only the senior class, but everybody.
Thank you again for coming out. We hope to see you June 20th, and we'll see you all